All right. How am I doing? So, I figured I would just do my check-in as a form of a video, which is not normal. I usually do journaling check-ins every morning where I just, ask myself, what's your coloring? Tired, anxious, grateful. The sun is out. I feel tired, honestly. Didn't get a good sleep last night, despite having a lot of time to sleep. My brain was racing, and it wasn't even like profound stuff. I feel like I was once again running through designs in my brain and new art ideas. I don't know that I'm trying to reinvent the wheel every time, but it's sometimes hard to turn off the visions, or it's not even the visions at that point. When it's all night, it's just insanity. Before bed, I'm like, oh, I love these sporadic, crazy thoughts, and I'm gonna come out of it with a genius vision or something. But the truth is, I'm just exhausted. And I think there's one nugget in there, something kind of cool, but I wouldn't say it's worth the feeling so brain exhausted the next day. But then who's to say, right? With this art and creation stuff, the payoff is so delayed that the next day I'm like, I regret that. I should have just meditated and made sure I gotten a restful sleep. But then the small idea that I'm like, that was not worth it, that idea that it came into my mind, if I put that into the works and then craft that for a bit and then show that and people love it and it feels amazing and it sells and all this stuff, then I'll ask myself, is it worth it? Was that worth the really shitty sleep? And the answer would be, fuck yeah. I think it's just another reminder just to continue to move through everything with non-judgment and continue to meet myself with grace and, be soft. I think it just always goes back to always know that you have a choice and nothing's set in stone. The choice comes with the energy that you meet yourself with in these different moments. I did, however, go to the studio that we just got yesterday and put up a bunch of art, which I'm pretty excited about. I think it's just nice to feel settled in, and I knew this was not an obligation today, but I think there's something really nice about being in a space and having the puzzle pieces start to fall into place, and it just feels more homey and less chaotic, more peaceful. So I needed to give myself that bit of peace this morning. So yeah, really excited. I'm gonna keep documenting this place coming together. This place also feels like it signifies an upgrade. I think about this, the life upgrade. And I know it's nothing extravagant. It's not the vision. The vision is a warehouse loft with tall windows, and there's my big canvases everywhere and some music instruments. That's the vision, right? But if you focus on the vision too much, it's good to have visions, you start to lose sight of the milestones and the little things that should be celebrated in the process. That's a big theme for myself too, celebration. I feel like I've done a lot of different things these last few years that, people would celebrate. People have, stopped me afterwards and are like, are you proud of yourself? Are we celebrating you? I mean, for example, I threw myself my first solo exhibit at a wine bar in Toronto. I quit my corporate job to, grow this community art space, provide a home for different creatives and artists, and there were these crazy events like over and over and over again. However, like I don't think I really allow myself to stop and be like, are you proud? Are we celebrating this? Because these are not small things. Like, I'm making it happen. But in my mind, these things are all stepping stones to the bigger vision. And, you know, I understand it's like that, again, the perfectionist mindset that overlooks these small wins. And yeah, that's something I'm trying to reprogram. Also, I was thinking, like, what does celebrating myself even look like? Like, I ask myself that from time to time, like, what does celebrating yourself look like? Because it could look so different for different people. Yeah, so what does celebrating you look like? I'm so curious to hear what you're doing, what other people are doing to celebrate themselves. Because, I don't know, I don't think it's about going to a fancy dinner and buying a cake. Is it? I don't know. It could be. Could it even just be, you know, a ritual? Like, what kind of ritual would celebrating myself be? Like, could it be taking a moment and just, you know, like breathing it in, pausing, smiling, having that inner smile, allowing myself to sit in it. I think that's a big part of it, like sitting in the bliss. Like, something about celebrating feels like swimming in a warm blanket and a warm hug that feels like bliss and love and excitement. And I think, you know, being someone who's in a perpetual state of motion, who sees some things, like, at least myself, I celebrate other people. You know, that's the hard part, right? Celebrating yourself. I see things as, you know, moving from one milestone to another, that I don't allow myself to sit in that blanket of bliss, the afterglow. So yeah, I'm gonna think more about that one. Maybe I'll even create a meditation for myself. The celebration, the bliss meditation. What does that look like? Because it doesn't have to be that convoluted. Again, it doesn't have to look like gifts and cake and spending tons of money to celebrate. It's, I think, really about giving yourself that presence, that pause, and just be surrounded and enveloped in your bliss. And I think that's what the soul of celebration is. So I'm gonna reflect on that one and do some more contemplating. Well, wishing you a lovely day. Thanks for listening. Keep flowing.
There's no one that is final.